All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive with us.
It's great to be back.
Today, we're going to be talking about something kind of interesting.
Yeah?
It's everywhere, right? It seems like everything old is new again. You know, we're seeing this huge resurgence of all things retro.
I know, it's everywhere.
We're talking fashion, music, tech, even like old internet stuff.
Yeah, it's like the past is trendy again.
I mean, even dial-up internet is making a comeback.
Really dial up.
Dial-up, I know,
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Wow. That's pretty wild.
So we did a lot of digging into this whole retro resurgence.
Yeah, tons of articles and studies.
Yeah, and we're going to try to unpack it all. You know, like, what is it about the past
Right.
that has such a powerful pull on us right now?
Exactly. Like, why is retro so appealing all of a sudden?
So maybe we should start with, like, what retro even means.
Right, good point. It's a tricky one because what's considered retro is constantly changing.
Right, yeah.
Like, what's retro to us now might have been totally cutting edge like 20 years ago.
Makes sense.
Like, think about 20 years ago, we were all about, like, flip phones and low-rise jeans.
And now those are considered vintage.
Exactly.
So this whole idea of retro, it's kind of like a moving target, right?
It is. It's totally cyclical. You know what's interesting is that one of the articles we found argued that this current retro obsession is all about authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Like, people are craving something real, something tangible in a world that's become so digital.
Oh, I see.
Like, they use the example of film photography,
Oh, yeah.
which has seen like a massive resurgence lately.
Makes sense.
And the idea is that people are drawn to that, like, grainy, less edited aesthetic
Right.
as a kind of counterpoint to the whole, like, hyper perfection of Instagram and everything.
So it's like a reaction against all the filters and the airbrushing.
Yeah, exactly. Like with film, you get those like happy accidents.
Yeah.
Light leaks the imperfections.
Right.
And that makes it feel more real,
Yeah.
somehow more authentic.
And speaking of real, we saw that word a lot in the stuff we were looking at.
Yeah, did we ever?
Like, there's this real desire for realness.
Yeah.
Real talk, real connection.
It's true.
Which is kind of funny because so much of this retro trend is happening online.
Right.
Like, we found this website that's designed to look like an old school internet forum.
I remember those.
Remember those?
Yeah.
With like the pixelated graphics and the clunky interfaces.
Yeah, and they even have a section called the Real Talk Lounge.
The Real Talk Lounge.
I love it.
It's like they're trying to recreate that vibe of early online communities.
Back when things were less polished, more unfiltered.
Yeah, maybe a little more chaotic too.
I mean, those old chat rooms were pretty wild.
Oh, they were the Wild West of the internet.
But there's something real about them, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you could be yourself. You could connect with people who shared your interests.
No algorithms, no ads, just pure unadulterated conversation.
It's interesting though, right? Because this whole yearning for the past,
Yeah.
like, is it just nostalgia or is it something deeper?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, are we actually rejecting the present in some way? I mean, there's definitely an element of escapism there, right?
For sure. Like this desire for simplicity and comfort.
Yeah, like a longing for a time when things felt less complicated.
But the research also suggests that there's more to it than just that.
Right.
Like, one study found that Gen Z is actually really drawn to the slow pace of things like dial-up internet, which is crazy because they never even experienced it firsthand.
Right. But they see it as a way to, like, disconnect from the constant notifications and the pressure of being always on.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, so maybe this retro trend isn't just about romanticizing the past.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about shaping a different kind of present.
Right.
Even a different kind of future.
Like taking the best of the old and blending it with the new.
Exactly. Like, imagine virtual reality experiences that feel like vintage video games.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Like, or social media platforms that are designed for slower, more thoughtful interactions.
That's a great idea. I'm so tired of the constant noise.
Me too. It's exhausting.
So yeah, maybe this whole retro thing is actually pointing us towards something really innovative and exciting.
I like that. So what do you think, listener?
Yeah.
How does all this resonate with you?
Right.
We've seen how the past is shaping our present in so many ways.
From the clothes we wear to the way we connect with each other.
As you go about your day, take a moment to notice the retro influences around you.
Right.
What draws you to them? What do they tell us about where we are as a culture?
A good question.
And maybe even more importantly, what possibilities do they hold for the future? That's something to think about.
It is.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.